In this video, I'm just going to show you how to lay a golf bet, where you can place a bet at the bookmakers and you can lay the bet at the betting exchange such as Betfair or Smarkets for no risk whatsoever if you have odds in your favour basically and you have enough money in the betting exchange to cover the liability. This doesn't come up too often, but now and again there is some good value odds out there, so you've effectively got a free bet at winning a few pounds. So I'll just show you how it works. So we've got the Wyndham Championship coming up soon, and I'm in a site called OddsMonkey. OddsMonkey is a site that specialises in match betting, where you've got value bets and you've got guaranteed profits quite a lot of the time when you're using the bookmakers sign-up offers, etc. Check the links below the video. I've got a review on OddsMonkey, I highly recommend it. So what I've done is in the odds matcher comparison tool on OddsMonkey that you get as part of the membership, I've just done a search for bets coming up soon, and we have the Wyndham Championship. The rating over 100 basically means that there's a value bet on either side of the market. Now you have to be careful with these because sometimes they're known as ARBs, arbitrage betting, and they can get your account restricted or even closed because the bookmaker have traders and they can quickly identify that you're taking too much value out of the market. But on golf bets, especially with somebody who's quite high odds, the liability is usually too high for the normal punter to lay bets. So quite often you can lay these bets depending if the price is right on both sides of the bookmaker and the exchange. So I'm just going to show you how it works. Ryan Moore, an American player, actually been tipped by quite a few tipsters to do quite well in this championship. His odds are quite high, but because he's not won for a wee while. So he's 56, that's in decimal odds, so it's basically 55 to 1. And at the betting exchange Betfair, his odds are lower, so you can lay it at 50. So that basically means that you've got a guaranteed profit. If you want to just back the bet and lay the bet using the match betting calculator that OddsMonkey give you, you will have a small, very tiny guaranteed profit. There is another option where you can place a small bet at the bookmakers. You can underlay it. If your golfer wins, you'll have a guaranteed profit. If the golfer doesn't win, you basically break even. So it's a risk-free bet. I'll just show you how it works. So looking at Ryan Moore, you could place a bet with Paddy Power, Manson Bet, NetBet, even Betfair Sportsbook. You can place a bet. They're different from the exchange. Just be careful. They are different from the exchange. You don't want to bet at the sportsbook and then lay at the betting exchange. That's a very bad idea. That will get your account either closed or stake restricted. So be careful with that. Same with Paddy Power. They're also owned by Betfair. Sorry, Paddy Power own Betfair, I mean. So you probably don't want to do that either. So let's assume I'm just going to put my bet on at Manson Bet. They're offering odds of 56 for Ryan Moore to win the championship overall. And I'm going to lay the bet at Betfair at odds of 50. We go into the match betting calculator. We just punch in the numbers. So let's assume you wanted to put £50 on that. You could do that, and the OddsMonkey match betting calculator just tells you exactly what you need to do. Your commission at the betting exchange is normally 2% with Betfair and Smarkets, but just check because there is different levels. If you want to do a standard bet of £50, your guarantee this bet would win £5 too if Ryan Moore wins. If he doesn't win and it wins at the betting exchange, you win £4.90. So you've got a guaranteed profit. If you can place £50 on that, you will win around about a fiver. But you need to be careful, the liability is £2,744.98 if you do place that bet. So that basically means in your Betfair account you need to have nearly £3 to cover that bet. There's not many people going to be able to do that. Another option, you can go down to a £5 bet. Go for a back stake of £5. The back odds are 56 at the bookmakers. The lay odds are 50. And it'll calculate if we do a standard bet, we win a tiny amount. So if the golfer wins, we win 60p. If the exchange bet wins, we win 49p. So there's a very tiny profit in that. Your liability is still going to be £274.40. That's basically how much you need to have in your Betfair account to be able to place that bet and cover it at both sides. It doesn't matter really what side of the bet wins, you still get a guaranteed small profit, but it's not really worth your time doing it for that tiny amount. So what you'd want to do is just use the advanced calculator on OddsMonkey and underlay the bet. So if we go to the underlay section on the left hand side here, rather than laying £5.60 as your stake at Betfair, you would lay £5.10, which means you need to have a liability of £249.90. The bookmaker bet wins you £25.10. So if Ryan Moore happened to win the event, you're up £25.10. If the golfer doesn't win, you basically break even. Nothing to lose. So in effect, it's a risk-free bet. If you underlay it, you'll win £25.10 if you're lucky enough the golfer wins. Your liability, remember, is £249.90 doing that, so you still need to have a reasonable bank to place these sort of bets. Quite often you'll find the bookmakers bet odds will fluctuate before a tournament, so if you do see a golfer that's quite good value odds, you can place these bets at different bookmakers. So just going back to OddsMonkey, in theory, if you have enough liability and you've got enough in your Betfair account, you could go in and place odds at Madison Bet, TLC Bet, NetBet, Bet UK, Mr. Play, and the list just goes on and on. All the way down, you can see there's a lot of bookmakers offering high odds on Ryan Moore. And there is some other ones. You'll see Jamie Donaldson for a European Tour event. Again, you make guaranteed profits with that. You can place a small amount if you want an underlay it, but the liability is even more. So he's 91 at BetStars and 85 at Betfair, so you're still going to need a lot of money in the betting exchange to cover that bet. Ideally, if you can find low odds, normally a favourite will be maybe 10 or 11 to 1. So if you are lucky enough to find odds that are above the betting exchange, you can have a free bet on one of the favourites. You might only want to place £5 or £10. You might want to place £50 because the odds are lower. But the bottom line is it's a risk-free bet as long as you've got enough money to cover it at the betting exchange. So if you just go onto Betfair, you'll see that their odds are always on the right hand side, the lay odds in the pink box. Make sure you select the right one. Never back the bet at Betfair. Obviously you're always going to lay the bet. It's really important you don't make that mistake. So if I wanted to lay against Ryan Moore, the odds are 50 on here, that's decimal odds, and there's £38 in the market. There was hundreds earlier on, I think a lot of people have been laying this bet. So there's £38, so that means the maximum stake I can put up here is £38. If I just go back to the match betting calculator, if I wanted to underlay this, I would lay £5.10 and the liability is £249.90. Potential profit is £25.10. With a golfer at over odds of 50 to 1, being honest, it's unlikely that bet's going to come in. But now and again they do come in, and remember, obviously, it's not going to effectively cost you anything to take a punt on this. So I want to lay £5.10 at Betfair. So we just go back up to Betfair, and we just punch in £5.10, and you'll see on the right hand side it will tell me my liability is £249.90. You have to make sure you've got enough in your balance to cover that bet, so just go up to the top, it'll tell you your main balance, so you can see at the moment I've got enough to cover that. Obviously if you're going to place that £5 bet with a lot of the different bookmakers, every time you lay against it at Betfair, you're going to need effectively £250 almost to cover that bet. So if you've got unlimited funds, effectively, you can do it anytime a golfer comes up at better odds at the bookmakers. So that's just a quick guide showing you how to lay golf bets. Check the links below the video. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you can hit the like button, I'd appreciate that. Support the channel. Also subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more videos. Check the links below as well. That'll show you how to make guaranteed profits at the bookmakers and the betting exchanges. I've got links to OddsMonkey. You can sign up for a free trial there. They've got lots of video tutorials, step-by-step guides. Pretty simple. Anybody can do this. You don't have to have any knowledge of sports. You're just simply punching numbers into the match betting calculator. So I wish you all the best and I hope you found the video useful.